Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's class. It's from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 6, and beginning from text 105. Actually, 105 and 106 are together. Hare Krishna. We're very fortunate to have this morning His Grace Vishnugada Prabhu from ISKCON Philadelphia to give a class. Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyo patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha. I know that Balabhadra Prabhu was supposed to give the class. He called me last night, and because there's some, so I said sure. But anyway, we'll do the best we can. Thank you. We'll chant this Padamakaruna. Srila Prabhupada usually chanted this before speaking on Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita. I'll chant a different tune today. Let's see if you can follow. Parama Karuna Pahudvijana Nitai Gaura Chandra. Parama Karuna Pahudvijana Nitai Gaura
Chandra.
Parama Karuna Pahudvijana Nitai Gaura Chandra.
Parama Karuna Pahudvijana Nitai Gaura Chandra.
Sab avatar Shar Shiramani Kevala Ananda Kanda.
Shabhavata Shashiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda.
Sab avatar Shar Shiramani Kevala Ananda Kanda.
Shab Avatar Shashiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda.
Bhaja Bhaja Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudridha Vishwasha Kori.
Bhaja Bhaja Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudhita Vishwasakuri.
Vishaya Chadiya Sera Se Majiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari.
Vishaya Chadiya Terase Majiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari.
Dekha Ore Bhai Tribhuvane Nai Emono Doyala Data.
Eko ore bai, tribuani nahi imuna dolaya datam.
Pashu Paki Jure Pashana Vidare Shunijar Gunagata.
Pashu baki jire, pasana nidare, chuni janraguna gata.
Sangsare Majia Rohili Podia Shepode no Hilo Asha.
Sansare madia, ruhili poria, sanpare nahilo asha.
Apana Karama Bhunjaye Shamana Kahaye Lochana Dasa.
Apana karama, bunjaye chamana, kahuilu chana dasam.
Parama Karuna Pahudvijan Nitai Gaurachandra.
Parama karuna, pahudu vijana, itai gaura chanda.
Parama Karuna Pahudvijan Nitai Gaurachandra.
Paramakaruna pahudu ijana itai gaura chandra.
Shab Avatar Shar Shiramani Kevala Ananda Kanda.
Shab avatar Shashiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda.
Shab Avatar Shar Shiramani Kevala Ananda Kanda. Shab
Shab
Avatar
avatar
Shar Shiramani
Shashiromani
Kevala
Kevala Ananda
Ananda Kanda.
Kanda.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paribrajak Acharya Ashtottara Satashi Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai.
Jai.
Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Vedadhar Shivashari Gaur Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai.
Jai.
Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai.
Jai.
Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai.
Jai.
Ganga Mai Ki Jai.
Jai.
Yamuna Mai Ki Jai.
Jai.
Tulsi Devi Ki Jai.
Jai.
Bhakti Devi Ki Jai.
Jai.
Shamaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Gaur Prem Anande.
Hari Hari Bo.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glory to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga Hari Hari Bol. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Shamiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shrinivari Paschatya Deshatarine Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 We're reading, studying, discussing Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, 6th chapter, 105th, 106th verses where we are. This is near the end of this chapter. Bhakta Bhava Angikari Balaram Lakshman Advaita Nityananda Shesha Sankarshan Krishner Madhurjara Samrita Kare Pana She Shukhe Matta Kichu Nahi Jane Ana Baladev, Lakshman, Advaitacharya, Lord Nityananda, Lord Shesha, and Lord Shankarshan taste the nectarian mellows of the transcendental bliss of Lord Krishna by recognizing themselves as being his devotees and servants. They are all mad with that happiness, and they know nothing else. Anyer achu karya apane Shri Krishna, apana madhurja pane khoila satrishna. What to speak of others? Even Lord Krishna himself becomes thirsty to taste his own sweetness. Sma madhurya ashvadite korena jatan, bhakta bhava binu nohe taha ashvadan. He tries to taste his own sweetness, but he cannot do so without accepting the emotions of a devotee. Purport. Lord Sri Krishna wanted to relish the transcendental mellow of a devotee, and therefore he accepted the role of a devotee by appearing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhakta Bhava Angikari Hoila Avatirna Sri Krishna Chaitanya Rupe Sarva Bhave Purna. Therefore, Lord Krishna accepted the position of a devotee and descended in the form of Lord Chaitanya, who is complete in every respect. Nana Bhakta Bhave Korena Swamadhurja Pana Purve Kariyache E Siddhanta Vyakhyana. He tastes his own sweetness through the various emotions of a devotee. I have formerly explained this conclusion. Purport. Lord Chaitanya, who is known as Sri Gaurhari, is complete in relishing all the different mellows, namely neutrality, servitorship, fraternity, parental affection, and conjugal love. By accepting the ecstasy of different grades of devotees, he is complete in relishing all the mellows of these relationships. Avatara Ganer Bhakta Bhave Adhikara Bhakta Bhava Hoite Adhika Shukha Nahi Ad. All the incarnations are entitled to the emotions of devotees. There is no higher bliss than this. Purport. All the different incarnations of Lord Vishnu have the right to play the roles of servitors of Lord Krishna by descending as devotees. When an incarnation gives up the understanding of his godhood and plays the part of a servitor, he enjoys a greater taste of transcendental mellows than when he plays the part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mula Bhakta Avatar Sri Shankarshan Bhakta Avatar Tahi Advaita Ganan. The original Bhakta Avatar is Sankarshan. Sri Advaita is counted among such incarnations. Purport. Although Sri Advaita Prabhu belongs to the Vishnu category, he displays servitorship to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as one of his associates. When Lord Vishnu appears as a servitor, he is called an incarnation of a devotee of Lord Krishna. Sri Sankarshan, who is an incarnation of Vishnu, in the spiritual sky known as Greater Vaikuntha, is the chief of the quadruple incarnations and is the original incarnation of a devotee. Lord Mahavishnu, who is lying on the causal ocean, is a manifestation of Sankarshan. He is the original personality of Godhead who glances over the material and efficient causes of the cosmic manifestation. Advaita Prabhu is accepted as an incarnation of Mahavishnu. All the plenary manifestations of Sankarshan are indirect expansions of Lord Krishna. That consideration also makes Advaita Prabhu an eternal servant of Gaura Krishna. Therefore, he is accepted as a devotee incarnation. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kata Mahyam Dadati Shapadantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Before speaking, I'd like to ask permission and blessings of all devotees, and particularly those who are senior by age and or advancement in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. These verses, written by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, are a little bit head-scratching for me to understand. We know there's the verse elsewhere in Chaitanya Charitamrita that goes, Ekal Ishwar Krishna Arshab Britya. Ekal Ishwar, there's one supreme controller, Ekal Ishwar, and who's that? Krishna. Ar, everybody else, Shab, all. Ar, all others, Britya, they're all servants. Britya means they're servants, they're subordinates. Or also, as Lord Brahma began his prayers to Lord Krishna in the Brahma Samhita, Ishwara Param Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. There are many Ishwaras, but the supreme Ishwara is Krishna, Ishwara Param Krishna, and he has an eternal, blissful spiritual body. Sachidananda, Anadir Adir. He has no beginning. He has no beginning. But he is the beginning. Adir. Govinda. Who's that Govinda? Sarva Karana Karanam, the cause of all causes. So, if it's already understood that every expansion, every being besides Krishna is a servant of Krishna, then what's the difference in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes that these different expansions and incarnations appear and they're servants of Krishna? What's the unusual characteristics of that? Do you understand the question?
Not really. Just
All right.
maybe page it another way.
Mahavishnu creates all the universes by his breathing and through his pores of his body. Why does he do that?
Okay, so he's playing the role of bringing the material energy to come to be. That's his main role, actually, in service to the Lord.
Yes, that's the point. Yes, very, very good. That's his service to Krishna, right?
Yeah.
He's not doing it on his own. He thought it up on his own. But everything he's doing is already a service of Krishna to Krishna, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely.
So Lord Balaram, he's a servant of Krishna. Lord Sankarshan is a servant. They're already servants of Krishna. So what's the difference in they're already servants of Krishna? What's the difference in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes when they appear with him? Why is it different? Why should we consider it different? Or is it said it's different? That's the question. You follow the question now?
Yeah, I do, but I don't understand why it said as different. Different when they appear with Lord Chaitanya. Only because Lord Chaitanya himself is playing the role of a devotee. That may be
Yes.
one thing, because there's a whole pastime about Advaita Charya having come 52 years before Lord Chaitanya and still wants to be a servant, and Lord Chaitanya is playing the role of a devotee, and he wants to show the example of respecting someone older than him. So all of this went on,
Yes. So
yeah.
look at the second sentence of the purport. When Lord Vishnu appears as a servitor, he is called an incarnation of a devotee of Krishna. So from that sentence, you're going to say that apparently sometimes he doesn't appear as a servitor, although he is a servitor by nature. You follow? Lord Vishnu, when he appears as a servitor, he is called an incarnation of a devotee of Krishna. And that's, in this case, we're talking about the glories of Advaita Charya. So I'm asking devotees to consider this aspect of these truths that are being explained here, because if Lord Vishnu is already a servitor, he's always from the very beginning, he's always a servitor. What's the difference in the Lord Chaitanya's pastimes? Why in this incarnation? Why is it he's called an incarnation of a devotee of Krishna instead of just he's already a servitor? That's the question. Hopefully, I'm getting through. It's a something to ponder on, and it's quite very. I sort of thought about it for a while. I'm trying to understand, and like it's a little bit of a head scratcher. But I came to a conclusion. But I want to hear from other devotees what they might what they might gather or put forward in this in that to that question.
If I could say something, what's coming to me is from this second sentence, which you so kindly pointed out, when Lord Vishnu appears as a servitor, he's called an incarnation of a devotee of Lord Krishna. When he appears as a Supreme Personality of Godhead in his function, then he's called an incarnation of Krishna, but not an incarnation of a devotee of Krishna. That's what it's coming.
Yes. That's how I
a subtle
understood
difference. Yeah.
That's how I understood it. Yes. So
I think just because of the roles they were gonna play with Lord Chaitanya in Chaitanya Lila, that's why he's called an incarnation of the devotee of Lord Krishna. Actually, from a Shastra, it seems like the only place that they were playing that kind of role is in Gaura Lila, when Krishna was actually like Lord Chaitanya. Because Lord Chaitanya is the devotee of Krishna. Lord Chaitanya is the devotee.
I'm following your understanding, Parikshit Prabhu, that usually when Lord Vishnu appears, he appears and exhibits himself as a Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes.
Yeah, so when he appeared as Lord Ramchandra, he appeared as a great king, but also he manifested his potency as a Supreme Personality of Godhead by making a bridge, getting the rocks to float, and annihilating, liberating Ravana and stuff like that. We didn't see him. We didn't see him, spreading Krishna consciousness, specifically preaching to people on the Bhagavad Gita. We didn't see him chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, which are all devotional activities, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. He exhibited himself as the supreme, even though as an expansion of Krishna, Lord Ramchandra is a servant of Krishna. You follow? Because he's an expansion of Krishna. Everybody other than Krishna is a servant. You
Yeah.
follow? Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's been made. Yeah. In earlier texts, it says that.
yeah. So it's very interesting that there was another, what people accepted as a version of the Ramayana, but it's really not the Ramayana. It's called the Ramcharitamanas. I don't know if you've heard about that by
No.
Tulsi Das. It's Srila Prabhupada comments on it in a few places. It really means it's imagined ideas of Lord Ramchandra. But
Oh.
anyway, what it's Prabhupada emphasized that the bona fide pastimes of Lord Ramchandra are in Valmiki Ramayana and not this Ramcharitamanas. And there's some differences. So one of the differences,
Mm-hmm.
one of the differences you'll find is in the Ramcharitamanas, practically every time you turn around, Lord Ramchandra is offering obeisances and worship to Lord Shiva. You don't find that.
Oh.
You don't find that in the Valmiki Ramayana. So people, without understanding things correctly, they say, "Oh, the Ramcharitamanas is a more devotional version of the Ramayana than the Valmiki Ramayana." Actually, no, it's it's not according to the authorized version. Lord Ramchandra appeared, although of course there's nothing in in wrong with him offering respect to his devotees. He Lord Krishna, when Sudaba Brahman appeared in Dwarka to give him some chipped rice, Lord Krishna washed his feet and has Rukmini fanned him, etc. So, but the mistake is, or the that Lord Ramchandra is like Lord Chaitanya. He's showing how to be a devotee, and that worship of Shiva is the same as worship of Krishna. Those things are not correct. Do you follow? Whereas
Yeah,
Lord Chaitanya, go ahead, go ahead.
there's attempts now. It's coming up quite a bit. This book was written a little, I'm sure, earlier. Uh, but people are trying to come up with all kinds of statements to elevate Lord Shiva to a position that Srila Prabhupada doesn't agree that Lord Shiva is apt. So, oh, here's another one that you just mentioned. Just because Lord Ram, uh, was serving in that sense or worshiping Lord Shiva, then people are drawing all kinds of conclusions to that.
Yes, of course. I was pointing out again that it's not in the authorized version of the Ramayana. It's in this Ramcharitamanas, which was written by a devotee named Tulsidas in the 15th
Mm-hmm.
century, and Prabhupada mentioned that he was the followers of a Ramanandi Sampradaya, who was a mixture of impersonalism and Vaishnavism.
Oh,
So
okay.
anyway, so anyway,
No wonder.
but so Lord Chaitanya, he's incarnate. Although he's Krishna himself, he takes the role of a devotee. And how does he do that? How does Lord Chaitanya take the role of devotee? He
In the
does it.
mood of, no,
Yeah,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead, go ahead.
In the mood of Srimati Radharani,
Yes. And
who's
what does he do? What does he do in that mood of servitorship? The mood of Srimati. What does he do?
well, the ones that we know more, the external reason is the chanting of the holy names of the Lord
Yes, yes.
and
So
inducing others to do the same.
devotees chant Hare Krishna, right? Devotees chant
Mhm.
Hare Krishna. Krishna can chant Hare Krishna, okay, but devotees, but we don't see that, you know. But the devotees of Krishna, they chant Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Devotees of Krishna, they hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Devotees of Krishna, they preach the Bhagavad Gita to others to get them involved in understanding their constitutional position as eternal spirit souls, servants of Krishna, to encourage people to engage. These are the activities of Lord Chaitanya. Even though he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he displays himself as a servant. And in the same way, Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu, they're all the supreme personality of Godhead and his expansions, but they all take the same attitude that they're acting not as Bhagavan, as the supreme personality of Godhead, but acting practically as servants of Krishna by encouraging people to chant Hare Krishna, by chanting Hare Krishna themselves, by engaging in worshiping the deity, etc., etc. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's not only doesn't make sense, it's quite intriguing too. The more you describe it, the more intriguing it is. They're all Ishwaras, yet they played that kind of role.
Yeah, and they don't always play that role. They don't
No,
always
that's
play that
true.
role.
True.
So this is something that's a special thing for Lord Chaitanya and this Panchatattva, that they're doing this special, and of course, why are they doing it? For our benefit, because on one hand they're trying to their effort is to spread the knowledge of Krishna consciousness and the practice of devotional service. On the other hand, that Lord Krishna, as Lord Chaitanya and Radha Krishna combined, has his own purposes, so he can really relish the taste of pure devotional service and the different mellows of love, as mentioned in this purport in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So those two different things are there. So it's very interesting. So this is how I'm understanding this purport. And if there's questions about this, I can go on here, but I'd like to, if there are other questions about this that might come up in the minds of devotees.
But Prabhu, this is the way you explained this, the mentality or the decision of all these Ishwaras to become servant. It makes this Gora Lila a really special pastime of the Lord then.
Yes, yes, yes.
And there are more people actually, there are others who are regularly servants of the Lord in different rasas that also played the roles. Many of them came. The Gopis came,
Yes, yes.
Bishop Bhanu came, Punarik Vidyanidhi, they all came. So and even yeah, if I can add this, Jai and Vijay, they were supposed to be here as three incarnations of demons. But they came for a fourth time for Jaga and Mara just because of a Guru Lila. The same Guru Lila came to play another role of demons. So the more you describe it, the more I realize that Guru Lila is actually really quite special. The way people, all of these incarnations turned to become servants because Krishna himself has become a servant. So they all did servants of the Lord like that, making it quite sweet and telling us how important service to the Lord is, because they did
Yes,
that.
yes.
The Ishwars themselves did that.
Yes, yes, yes. They're
Mm.
already servants, but they don't get the chance to display it until, or they rarely get the chance to display it. And as Lord Chaitanya's Leela, they have the great opportunity to be able to display their
Mm.
activities, not only as a servant of Lord Chaitanya, but be a servant of Krishna. Yes.
There's
So
a sweetness to this. That's why I'm quite. You made it clear when you brought this up. This particular lecture has really hit me in a way that has pleasantly surprised me the way they did this. Hare Krishna.
thank you, thank you.
Mm.
So then the next point, the next idea I want to bring up, and this is
Mm.
for devotees' consideration, is we say that Lord Krishna knows everything. The verse in the Bhagavad Gita, Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjana bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that's happened in the past, everything that's happening in present, and everything yet to come. I also know all living entities. But me, nobody knows. Krishna says this Bhagavad Gita.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Janmad yasya yaton vaya ditaratas chartesh abhigya svarat. that the translation is that Lord Krishna, Vasudeva, is the source of everything, the creation, maintenance, and annihilation. And he is also directly and indirectly conscious of everything, of everything. So God is directly and indirectly conscious of everything. He knows everything, past, present, future. So in the Lila and the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, there's something that he doesn't appear to understand or to fully understand or appreciate. And what is that? That is the joy that devotees get, his devotees get, when they engage in pure devotional service to him. You see the contrast?
Yeah, because he's on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, but God, I thought God knows everything. God knows everything. God knows everything. So how is it that he doesn't know this? He doesn't know this aspect of devotees, the sweetness and transcendental mellow they get from serving him. Therefore, he wants to take the position of a devotee just so he can taste the wonderful experience of serving Krishna.
I'm going to speculate.
Okay.
I'm telling you ahead of time.
Let's-
I'm going to speculate as you were speaking. Has he used Yogamaya, his own potency, to put himself in that situation of not knowing what the sweetness is when devotees serve him? Because he uses Yogamaya in so many ways. So now I'm thinking maybe it's through Yogamaya he's done this. But that he really ought to know because he's God.
Yeah. So that's a good question. I can't make any definitive
That's
statement.
why I
But
said I was going to
yeah,
speculate. So,
certainly. Yeah.
yeah, I was
I mean,
speculating.
Yoga Maya is Lord Krishna's energy that helps him in that facilitates his leelas. So it's certainly very possible. Your speculation or so-called speculation is certainly a very possible
But I'm
ingredient.
guessing.
This, yeah. But anyways, so that just there's a certain devotional service, pure devotional service, is so relishable that Lord Krishna wants to relish it, the experience himself. There, there are 6 characteristics of pure devotional service that we that's the first chapter of the Nectar Devotion. And it's good to remember them, just because if we compare our services to what's supposed to happen from pure devotional service, we know that we got a little ways to go, or a long way to go. Yeah. So Narottam Das Thakur says, I've got this human form of life, but I've neglected to properly worship Radha Krishna, therefore I'm drinking poison. Lord Krishna has descended, has brought this holy name, the Harinam Sankirtan, but unfortunately have no taste. Anyway, that's our condition. But by hearing about the glories of pure devotional service, then it can be an impetus for us to make more endeavors to reach that platform of engaging in Krishna service without any ulterior motive for material gain or for speculative ideas. So just to review the six characteristics of pure devotional service. Anybody remember any of them?
Pure devotion service is rarely achieved.
Yes, rarely achieved. We know in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sahasranam, Manushyanam Sahasreshu, Kashchid Yatiti Siddhaye, Yatatam Api Siddhanam, Kashchin Mam Vitit. Out of thousands of people, maybe one is interested in understanding perfection. And even those who've achieved perfection, and what is that perfection? Those who have come to the stage of understanding Brahman, that we're not the body, that we're the spirit soul, that we never die. Even though among those, someone who can understand Krishna how can we understand Krishna? Only by devotional service. So yeah, it's very rarely achieved. Yes, that's one important one. Others?
Maybe other devotees can
Hare
teach me.
Krishna, Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisance.
Yes.
It gives us relief from the material distresses immediately.
Immediate relief
Kleshagni.
from all kinds of material distress. All kinds. Says all kinds, all kinds of material distress. We got lots of it. We got adi bautic, adi atmic, adi daivic, miseries from our own body and mind, miseries from other living entities, other there's war and pestilence and miseries from the demigods. Immediate relief. So I'm not on that platform. So what am I doing wrong? Well, I must not be doing my devotional service pure enough, because immediate relief from all material distress. It's pure devotional service. That's one of the symptoms, right? Very interesting. Yeah, good. Any other ones?
It's the only way to, there's no other way but pure devotional service to attract Krishna towards us.
Yes. It's the only way to attract Krishna. That's the last one. This is like kind of the. So if you wanna know God, if you wanna have a relationship with God, the primary, the only exact method for doing so is to practice and to engage in devotional service only for Krishna's pleasure. Yeah. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir hokshaje ahoitukiya pratyata yeyatma suprasidati. That that activity, which will completely satisfy the soul, is engaging in Krishna service without any other motivation. And that's the beginning. The beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam is that dharma prochita kaitavota paramo nirmatsaranam satam. This Srimad Bhagavatam, and Lord Chaitanya is the personification of Srimad Bhagavatam, is teaching how to engage, how to do devotional service without any other motivation, without any other ulterior motive for selfish motive. And that's understood by those devotees who are pure in heart. And immediately, if one engages in that pure devotional service, it uproots the threefold miseries. Tapatrayun mulanam. So the others are, it's the beginning of all auspiciousness. It immediately situates one in transcendental pleasure. And those who are situated and actually practicing pure devotional service, they deride even the conception of mukti, a liberation. So Lord Chaitanya, he appeared because he wanted to get in on this, even though he's the Supreme Personality of God. And how is it that he didn't get in on it? He wasn't to get in on it. You follow the question?
Can you repeat? I don't know.
So if he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead who knows everything, how is it that he had to do this in order to experience it?
This is Lord Chaitanya you're talking about.
Yes.
That's a difficult one. That's a difficult one.
What is said? So?
Well, I haven't. It sounds similar to what we were discussing earlier, isn't it? Oh, first we were talking about the devotees of Krishna, who were actually Ishwaras in themselves, and now you're talking about Krishna himself now as Lord Chaitanya.
Yes. So anyway, any other thoughts on this issue? If not, I mean, I could say, Lord Krishna, he does know, but he wants to get the full experience of it. The full experience of it is when he knows, but he wants to get the full experience of it by taking the position of the devotee, Krishna, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, so he can fully experience it as the devotees do. Go ahead.
So you're making a distinction between Krishna knowing and then Krishna experiencing.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we can relate to that.
Otherwise, why would he? If he didn't know, he couldn't have done it, right? Of course, he knows, but to get the full experience of it, he wanted to experience it fully as possible. So therefore, he took the mood and the color of Srimati Radharani as the best devotee and demonstrated for everybody how to do pure devotional service, and also himself relished that pure devotional service and in his relationship with himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And give so much mercy to the rest of us.
Yeah. And in that mood, the devotee is the giver of pure devotional service. So Lord Chaitanya takes the position of a devotee and gives pure devotional service to everybody who even some people who don't even are not even qualified, he gives it to, like us. So this is a big deal.
Yeah.
Lord Chaitanya. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gorchishe Nama. And his only request is that we try to do the same thing like he does. When Ishwara Puri was recommending and instructing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said that even though he was a great pundit, that you're actually a fool, he says, but you should always keep the holy name of Krishna in your throat. Hare Adinama, Hare Adinama, Hare Adinama, Eva Kevalam, Kalona Steva Nasteva Nasteva Gatiranyata. And then later he said, and it's another thing to see that his disciple is spreading the chanting of the holy names to others so that they can also benefit and become elevated to their natural position as being loving servants as well of God. So our mission and following Lord Chaitanya and following Srila Prabhupada in their footsteps is to also broadcast as much as we can this opportunity that we have to do devotional service, do something for Krishna, especially through the chanting of the holy names and spreading the chanting of the holy names and the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Such a wonderful opportunity that we have. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for this. I have a question, and this is the time to unmute yourself if you want to ask any questions or share things that intrigued you. Like I'm already admitting how intriguing it was, the way the Ishwaras came as servants to Lord Chaitanya. But towards the end of this purport, and I'll just highlight that so that everybody can see the sentence that I want to ask a question about. All the plenary manifestations of Sankarshan are indirect expansions of Lord Krishna. Why the word indirect?
Yeah, I was considering that a good question, Parikshit Prabhu. So it depends on what Sankarshan you're talking about, because there's Lord Krishna expands his Balaram first. His first expansion is Balaram. Then Balaram expands his Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudev. And then that Sankarshan expands as Narayan, and then Narayan expands as another quadruple expansion. Yeah, there's another. Then but indirect expansions of Krishna, not directly from Lord Krishna, but Sankarshan is an expansion of either Balaram or one of the other, or either Narayan. You follow? So
yeah.
That's how I understand it.
Yeah. Thank you. That makes it quite easy to understand. Yeah, but Sankarshan appears twice anyway. So
yeah, and then sometimes Mahavishnu is also called Mahasankarshan sometimes. So yeah, and he's a plenary portion of a plenary portion. Like that.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah. I thought it might be a good idea because I don't think there's another large purport in this chapter. It may be a good idea for us just to read till the end of this chapter, so that that the next devotee who's giving class can speak on 7th chapter. What do you think?
Okay. Yeah.
I'll say a couple of things about the 7th chapter. When the Chaitanya Charitamrita was first published, the Srila Prabhupada had a separate book made of the 7th chapter only. And we distributed that mass on Sankirtan, just the 7th chapter. Of course, later the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita was printed, but in the beginning, we were just Chaitanya Charitamrita. We were just encouraging people and distributing books. 7th chapter, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it's a very important chapter, and it's the first chapter that was spread or distributed widely. Anyway, that's a little plug. So yeah, let's do it. Text 113.
Yeah.
Advaitacharya Goshanir Mahima Apar Jahar Hunkare Koila Chaitanyavatar. The glories of Sri Advaita Acharya are boundless, for his sincere vibrations brought about Lord Chaitanya's descent upon this earth. Sankirtana Pracharya Shab Jagatarila Advaita Prashadi Loka Prema Dhan Paila. He liberated the universe, not just this planet. He liberated the universe by preaching Sankirtan. Thus, the people of the world received the treasure of love of Godhead through the mercy of Sri Advaita. Advaita Mahima Ananta Kepare Kohite, She Likhi Jay Shuni Mahajan Hoite. Who can describe the unlimited glories of Advaita Acharya? I write here as much as I have known from great authorities. Acharya Chorane Mor Koti Namaskar, Ite Kichu Aparadha Na Labhe Amar. I offer my obeisances 10 million times to the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya. Please do not take offense at this. How do you offer obeisances 10 million times? I don't know, but it's yeah. Tomar Mahima Koti Samudra Agad, Tahar Iyata Kahi E Bodha Aparad. Your glories are as fathomless as millions of oceans and seas. Speaking of its measure is a great offense indeed. Jai, 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 Jai. 3 Jais. Usually you only have 2 Jais, but here you have 3. Jai, 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 Sri Advaita Acharya. Jai, Jai, Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Arja. All glories to Sri Advaita Acharya. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the superior Lord Nityananda. Dvi shloke kohila Advaita Tattva Nirupan Panchatatver Vichar Kichi Shuna Bhaktagan. Thus, in 2 verses, I have described the truth concerning Advaita Acharya. Now, O devotees, please hear about the 5 truths, Panchatattva. That's going to be in the next chapter, the 5 truths, Panchatattva.
Yeah. And this is the last one.
Sri Rupa Raghunath Pode Jar Ash Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishna Das. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna Das, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, 6th chapter, describing the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya. Hari Bol.
Hari Hari.
Congratulations to all the hearers who have. This is these first 6 chapters are very, very dense philosophically, and it takes great, at least for me, it takes great attention and perseverance to be able to review and understand and try to understand these before we get to the pastimes and activities of Lord Chaitanya. Congratulations to all of you. Hari Bol.
Hari Hari. Any questions, devotees? Any comments? We are now at the end of the 6th chapter, and we're very fortunate that Vishnugada Prabhu actually, not only described and gave thought-provoking questions, but also followed through to the end, to see towards the end. The end is very sweet. The way Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is praising Advaita Acharya. First, he says, it's through you that Lord Chaitanya came in the first place. That made that point. And then he went on and on and on and on. Even praising. It's nice that I'm just making a comment about this. It's nice because you already have talked about it, that he said Jai 3 times. All glorious to the Advaita Acharya. It's real appreciation. Talking about offering obeisances, 10 million times. So he was trying to express in words just how much appreciative Krishnadas Kaviraj is of Advaita Acharya.
Good point. Good point. Good point. Thank you.
Any other comments? Even if there's no questions, just comments. Dear Krishna Prabhu, Damodar, whatever you feel. Of course, you're not required to, but I just wondered if you could comment a little.
No question, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
All right. Thank you all very much.
I guess we can end then, yeah.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo vachapatitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you.
Jai Haribol.
Hari Hari. We start chapter 7 next time on CC. Hare Krishna.